All right, we're here. News, reviews, updates, tidbits, factoids. We got a lot of things to discuss today. Monty. Oh
Hey,
wait, no,
we
no, no,
do.
no, 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 no.
Uh-oh.
Like the video,
Yeah.
comment down below,
Oh, yeah.
and subscribe to the Current
Oh,
Year
yeah.
Pod.
Share if you're feeling frisky.
Yes.
All right. Let's talk about some things. Let's talk about some trailers, first of all. Your favorite segment.
Oh, good. Let's get it out the way.
We got some series, and one series trailer, actually. The trailer for the new Alien Earth series has been released. It's coming August 12th on Hulu. It's my dad's birthday.
Oh,
So, yeah, man. What are your thoughts on this trailer? As somebody that's just recently, within the last year or two, right? You've seen all the Alien stuff.
yeah. Cool. I'll watch it. I mean, did this trailer like invoke any kind of reaction or excitement? Not really, but more Alien content. I mean, we just saw what Alien Romulus, I believe, last year, which
Yep.
I really enjoyed. So
They start
hopefully,
filming the sequel to that soon.
yeah. So hopefully, this can invoke some of that same enjoyment. We'll see.
Actually, now I'm thinking about it, you actually haven't seen all the Alien stuff because you haven't seen Prometheus or Alien Covenant, which are also really good in my opinion. But yeah, in regards to this trailer, I agree with you. As somebody I'm obviously going to watch this. I'm a fan of the Alien franchise. This didn't do anything necessarily for me to really get me excited.
Yeah.
It seems like we're following a whole bunch. Well, it seems like the main cast at least are androids or synthetics, which is pretty cool because I think they're always the best characters in the movies, in my opinion. So I like how they're leaning into that. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I will say this though, if you guys have seen any kind of like promotional art for this, like they've been cooking. Like every single poster goes absolutely insane. So that kind of stuff matters to me. Anyway, let's get into some movie trailers. We have the trailer for a film called The Pickup, starring Eddie Murphy, Pete Davidson, and Keke Palmer has been released. It's premiering August 6th on Prime Video. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, this looks like a Netflix release, or us to say a streaming release if I've ever seen one. I'm absolutely going to skip this. Y'all have fun.
Yeah, man. Eddie Murphy, man. This nigga's Jesus Christ. Once legend is the last couple things he's been put out are just absolute hot garbage, and this looks like it's gonna fall in line with that. Keke Palmer, somebody I enjoy watching in film, she's phoning it in. Pete Davidson, I think he just wanted the opportunity to work with the iconic legend Eddie Murphy. But yeah, this looks absolutely garbage. So yeah, we'll see.
Yep.
Speaking of garbage, we have the trailer for Medea's Destination Wedding releasing Netflix July 11th. Tyler Perry is back in drag where he belongs, where he feels comfortable, where he feels home. He said he retired a couple years ago, but like Jay-Z, came right back, put that lipstick on, put that dress on. He's ready.
Okay.
Yeah,
yeah, this trailer disgusted me. It looks ass. I mean, I'm not gonna watch this either. Y'all have fun.
Yeah. Yeah, man, totally agree. He's going for the fun vacation feel, which I typically like those kind of movies just for what they are, but nah, man, nah. And has he just totally abandoned the theatrical experience? Like somebody of his with his level of resources, like he's just totally content with the streaming contract he has. It just goes to show much more he doesn't really care about film, in my opinion. But whatever.
I mean, it looks like he's in a deal, so like he probably can't release anything aside from streaming stuff now.
No, he's definitely in a deal with Netflix. Well, I think Prime Video as well, because he also played that movie with Cat Graham, came out earlier this year on Prime Video. His new movie Straugh is on Netflix. I really don't want to watch it, but I might end up watching it just because my Deja wants to watch it. So we'll see.
Okay.
A trailer for The Black Phone 2 has been released. Ethan Hawke is a nigga from Mission Impossible.
Ethan Hawke returns.
Ethan Hawke is trying to have an iconic character in his filmography with this guy with a mask on. In theaters October 17th. I think me and you both were kind of like, we weren't as high as everybody else was in the first one, right? In the first Black Phone?
I mean, I thought it was good, but I thought it would be better. And I feel like a lot of people loved it, which is fine. I was just like, it was a good little fine flick, but
agreed.
Yeah, that's it.
What are your thoughts on the trailer?
Yeah, so the fact that it was getting a sequel was weird because, spoilers, he's dead. But he died. He literally died. Yeah, they killed him. But
the little kid did?
Yeah, but they're leaning into that in this. Looks like this nigga's basically just Freddy Krueger. He attacks you in your dreams. And he's we're doing it over again. It's the same kid. The kid's older. So I'll be there opening night, Monty. I'm not gonna lie. Like I will be there opening night. This looks better to me than the first one because of the supernatural element.
The first one looked good though. The trailer, remember the trailer looked amazing.
Yeah, so. That's true. So maybe I shouldn't go into this one thinking, that it's going to be just the bee's knees, because it's probably just going to be another good film, which is great. Like I like that's great for me. So I am excited for this though. I'll say all that to say, and I will be watching this for sure.
Same. It is one thing I can give the trailer, which this movie looks absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if people pay attention to that kind of stuff. It looks beautiful. It looks like it's shot on film. I don't know, maybe it's just shot on digital with the film effect, but it's just like the shots in this trailer. I'm like, oh my god, like this looks like very. I'm into that kind of stuff, but
you can tell when people care,
right? Yeah, there's actually they took time constructing this. Also, it's just me or this hat casting a crazy shadow over my face. I feel like I might look black as hell.
I mean, you look like you always do.
All right, you racist bitch. All right, so moving on, you have the trailer.
Oh man,
for Ari Aster's Eddington. For those who don't know, Ari Aster is people are deeming him the next horror legend. He made films like Midsummer. Was Hereditary, which I think is a modern horror classic. Midsummer with Florence Pugh, also amazing film. Wasn't the biggest fan of his last film, Beau is Afraid, which I thought was absolutely horrible. Walked out of it, but this is back. Eddington, starring once again Joaquin Phoenix from Beau is Afraid. We got Pedro Pascal, Austin Butler, Emma Stone in theaters July 18th. What are your thoughts on this kind of COVID horror type thing, Western?
Yeah, I wasn't really sure what to make of this. I think ultimately the cast is probably enough to make me to pique my interest, but I don't think that I would go to the movies to watch this. I would definitely wait till it's on streaming. And if it's good, great. But I have no expectations for this. I don't enjoy Westerns. It's just not my thing. Now, obviously, this seems and I say that because typically Westerns are shot in that old time period. Obviously, this is in 2020, peak COVID. So I mean, I guess it could be a little different stylistically, but I'm not excited for this. I'd be straight lying if I said I was.
I think I agree, and I'm somebody that I was ready to put Ari Aster on that pedestal. Like after Hereditary and Midsummer, I was like, this guy is it. Beau was Afraid. I mean, I hate to knock him off after just one movie, but I think horror, true horror, is his. I don't want to box him in, but that's his. That's his sweet spot. He's been trying to branch out lately with these last couple of movies he's been doing. This movie, the trailer did nothing for me, to be honest. I would love to hear that it's good, and maybe I'll go check it out.
Yeah.
But I miss Ari Aster in that horror, sandbox he likes to play in. So the true horror, Anyway, okay. And last trailer is for the big one. Wicked for Good has dropped in theaters November 21st. Yeah, what are your thoughts, man? We both loved Wicked, by the way, guys. So
yeah. I think pretty sure this is the second most anticipated movie of the year for me. Wicked for Good, first being Superman. And look, guys, I watched this trailer a few days ago when it came out. I don't remember a single thing from it, and I would love to keep it that way. I've already set up blocks for anything Wicked and Superman on my timeline. I don't want any spoilers. I don't want any keywords. I don't want to know what's going to happen. I'll be there opening night. I didn't need to see this trailer. I'm super excited for this movie. Wicked for Good is going to be an event, and I can't wait for it.
Totally agree. I also don't want to see any more of it. I'm sold. It looks like more of the same, but I can say that's actually a good thing in this case. And so yeah, man. Hopefully, the part one was literally almost damn near a perfect film. So hopefully, I doubt part two can be as good as part one, in my opinion, honestly. But if it's just good, I'd appreciate it. So we'll see.
Okay.
But as somebody that saw the play, there's a lot of things that could happen in part two that could really be really cool. So we'll see how that plays out on screen. Let's talk about what's coming out. We have The Barbarian, which I just told Julien to watch last month, is now streaming on Netflix. He should have waited. You didn't buy it, did you?
I think I did. Maybe. Okay. Well, $2.99. I mean, whatever. Yeah. I don't care.
Okay. Well, it's now streaming on Netflix. Julien wasn't the biggest fan of it. He thought it was well made, but I think if you like horror, I say check it out, guys. It's really original. It's really fresh. So I think it's one of the best modern horror films that we have. Any thoughts on that or no?
None. Don't watch it. I'm kidding.
A Tulsa King spinoff is now series is set in New Orleans. For those who don't know, that's a series starring Sylvester Stallone. My dad watches it. He says it's really good. I've been hearing people say it's really good as well. Typically, older people watch it. It works at Paramount Plus. Samuel L. Jackson is set to star in the lead role, so another big pickup for them. So for fans of Tulsa King, you guys have a spinoff coming your way. Ma 2 is in development with Octavia Spencer returning.
Yeah, I did not see part one. I wanted to see it, but due to a series of events, I never made it to the theater, and I haven't watched it on streaming. I would prefer if we just leave it here because I don't want any spoilers about what's going to happen in 2. So that's great. She's coming back. There's gonna be a part 2. I hope all you guys are excited. I'll be there opening night, bitch. I'm going to watch part 1. I'm going to see part 2. I don't care. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, Ma was a fever dream. I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
I thought it was like, I was like, is it April Fool's? Like, this is getting part 2. This is insane. But I'll be the opening fucking night. Octavia Spencer's having a blast in that role. Speaking of sequels coming out of black movies about black women, that's a weird segue.
That is a crazy segue. All right.
One of Them Days 2 is officially in the works. SZA, Keke Palmer. I'm actually, even though I wasn't the biggest fan, I'm excited for this. I think we need more black, just fun movies like this. So
sure.
I think that they can have a chance to correct what could have been really great. They can maybe make some tweaks. But we need more movies like this in theater. So fuck it, let's do it. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, look, ultimately, that's the bottom line. Like, we need more movies like this in theaters. So, I don't want them to do anything better. I just want them to do it over again, worse, and hopefully it makes more money somehow. So yeah, I don't want them to try to make a good movie. And I know that sounds ridiculous to say, but like I want the same hijinks. Like, I want another Debo character, another One of Them Days. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, the internet has pretty much come to the conclusion like that has to be the title. Another One of Them Days. Has to be.
Let's do it.
A live action Care Bears movie is in the works at Warner Brothers. Any thoughts on this?
What the fuck is Care Bears?
Are you serious? Hold on. Are you serious? You never heard of Care Bears?
Of course I have.
Little bears with
trolling. I'm literally trolling.
The little rainbows on the
they were my favorite. I mean, sure, whatever. I don't care about this.
I have a confession to make.
Uh-oh.
I used to love the animated Care Bear movies that came out when I was little. Okay. And I used to watch them things back to back. And yeah, so I can't say I'm excited for the live action fucking remake of
Sounds like
Care
you
Bears.
are, buddy. Sounds like you are.
But those animated films used to slap back in the day. I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
It just made me feel happy.
So, hey, you know what, Monty? I support you, okay? I support you. I'm sure TikTok can't wait to get a hold of your ass, but I support you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Tom Felton, original actor who portrayed Draco Malfoy in the live-action Harry Potter films, is reprising his role as Draco Malfoy for the Harry Potter and the Cursed Child stage show on Broadway.
Potter.
Oh, okay. I was like, what is he doing?
Potter. Yes, damn. Yeah. Get everybody back. Shout out to Tom Felton. I'm glad you're doing it. I don't know what's taking everybody else so long to reprise their roles as their older selves. They're all old now. They're literally all old. So let's do it. Please.
Yeah. And speaking of Malfoy, they just casted the kid who's playing Malfoy in the new upcoming HBO series. It looks the part. Leave it at that.
Sure.
Let's talk some video game. There's a lot of video game trailers for some reason. I guess did some like event happen or something like that?
There was a few events that happened. Yeah, there's actually a lot happened. The Nintendo Switch 2 dropped, then Xbox had an event, then PlayStation had an event, then the PC had an event. Yeah, so yeah.
Okay, I was wondering why there's such influx of trailers, but yeah, let's talk about. We can just run through them. I know you're not invested in all these games, but people who are, there's a trailer for Silent Hill F has been released. It's coming September 25th. I never played these. I used to play these games at Dave & Buster's, actually. That's my only context. They were really scary as a kid. But, but what are your thoughts on this franchise or this game? I
don't know how this in Final Fantasy, like, I just don't understand how they just won't die. Like, these franchises are just they're just gonna be around forever. I don't know a single person who plays either of these franchises, but
me either. Well, actually, that's not true. That's not true. We know Final Fantasy. Tyler loves Final Fantasy. Tyler Williams.
Okay. Yeah. That's true.
He loves that.
Very
game.
true.
Yeah.
Very true.
We have the trailer for a new Marvel game called Marvel Token Fighting Souls. It's a 4v4 tag team fighting game coming next year. It looks like it's made in Japan because like the trailer, they were all speaking like Japanese and kind of like anime style. But what are your thoughts on this trailer? What are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
Looks like it was made in Japan. You're fucking funny. I mean, this doesn't excite me anymore. I mean, I guess if I was 10, like, I'll be like, yeah, this Captain America and Iron Man, they're fighting together on the Like, I don't care. I'm past these days. Sorry. So it looks like another fighter game. Looks like another fighter. People trying to knock Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter off the top of the mountain, and so I don't think this will happen. But if it does, congratulations to the game. I'm not hating on the game. I personally do not care about this.
Is a 4v4 fighting game like a new idea? Because I never heard of that. No,
I wouldn't say it's new. I mean,
4v4. That sounds pretty crazy.
yeah, yeah, I guess sure, but I mean, I'm sure it's been done, but maybe not to this level. So yeah.
We have the trailer for 007 First Light has been dropped. It's dropped. It's coming next year. I never been in like that much of a James Bond fan, but I do know that the video game used to do numbers back in the day. People used to love the video game, so maybe it's continuing that tradition of like having a great James Bond game. We'll see. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, man, it's interesting because now we're in the era of first person shooter. Everything has to be a first person shooter, but the very first one, the Nintendo 64 was James Bond's 007 GoldenEye. It was the very first person shooter game, which kind of revolutionized video games, honestly. And now here we are all these years later getting another 007 game. So sure, like, hopefully it's interesting. Obviously 2025, like everything looks amazing, like visually, like it's crazy. Like it feels like everybody does mocap now. We're like, 10 years ago, that just wasn't a thing. There was only select games doing it. But now if you're a game with any kind of money or funding, you're doing mocap, and it shows. Like it shows during the performance, it shows during the the visual aspects of the game. So it looks fantastic. I'm excited to play it myself, and yeah, I mean, can't wait for it.
Nice. Yeah, the trailer for Sonic Racing Crossworlds is including the first look at the Minecraft map and other characters. This is also the big thing because it has cross-platform play. Sonic Racing, did you ever play it? And what are your thoughts on this trailer?
I played this on the Nintendo Wii. So this was 10 years ago, 15 years ago, whatever. And it was cool, but I feel like I said this before, like, why would I not just play Mario Kart? Like, and like, I feel like I'm going to feel the same way. I'm probably not going to buy this, but, for, the section of fans that do play it, I hope you enjoy it.
Nice. And we have the trailer for Resident Evil Requiem, another franchise that won't die, releasing February 27th of next year, 2026. Yeah. Resident Evil Requiem. What are your thoughts? This franchise, you ever played it at all or no?
I play, yeah. This is another one that I played early, and then I gave up on. I was like, I'm just not having fun with this. But yeah, like you're bro. Like, talk about a franchise that won't die. But I want to give it credit for being consistent because it feels like every other year, they're releasing something, whether it's a game, a TV show, a film, or like these niggas are on it. So shout out to them. But I don't care about this. I'm not gonna play this.
And last trailer, guys, is for Call of Duty Black Ops 7. I'm sorry, not the last trailer, but we have a trailer for Call of Duty Black Ops 7. I know you play Call of Duty, right?
I play Warzone. I don't play Call of Duty anymore. Again, another thing that just completely lost all its luster for me. It's just not fun anymore. Don't care about this, honestly.
So Warzone is not Call of Duty? It's two separate things?
It's two separate things in that Call of Duty, what they release annually is more so multiplayer or just the campaign mode, like the story mode, which I don't play either of those. Those just aren't fun for me. I just play Warzone.
Okay. Last trailer is for the Invincible fighting game coming out based on the popular animated show on Amazon Prime, releasing next year. The trailer looks really, really cool. I haven't played games in years, but if I did play games, I feel like I'd want this. What are your thoughts on this trailer and this game?
Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like the trailer. The trailer, like the gameplay looked ugly. The animation looked ugly to me personally.
Shows
no. I mean, different strokes, different folks. I'm just saying, like, for me personally, I was just like, I'm cool. This was gonna have like a 10 character roster. Like,
I did notice. I thought they were saving some characters for the actual. They didn't want to spoil everybody. I don't know.
Maybe we'll see. Yeah. Oh yeah, because they're probably going to use people that haven't been introduced in the anime yet or in the show yet.
Yeah.
Why would they do that though? We'll see.
Yeah. AMC has agreed to run more commercials before films. It includes a platinum spot that will run right before the movie starts. So my first introduction to movies having trailers at all was every now and then I go to Regal. If I'm out of town, there's no AMC near me, and it just feels so ghetto when there's like trailers like commercials in between trailers, like
a Capital One spot.
You're right,
like
Capital
30-second,
yeah, Coca-Cola, like it's like weird, like, and so the fact that AMC is now doing this is not the best thing for me, but whatever. If theaters got to survive somehow, so whatever.
I mean, look, AMC's been doing it for a little while because
I've never seen a single AMC do it.
They run this Coca-Cola ad in every movie that I've been in AMC.
Like, yeah, but okay. Yeah,
That
it
counts.
runs
What you
that.
mean? That's a trailer.
But it feels so like integrated with like AMC's marketing as well. Like it doesn't feel like just a
Okay.
straight up Coca-Cola ad, you know?
Yes, it
Like
does. To
nigga
me,
at
but
Rico,
I know what you mean.
nigga,
I totally know what you
Rico
mean.
be like
Yeah.
a straight up fucking Levi's commercial.
Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. You're
So
100%
like
right.
that's what I mean by that.
You're 100% right. You're 100% right. I mean, yeah, like obviously this isn't a good thing, but it's like you said, like movie theaters are dying, whether we want to believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
The once every 10-year $1 billion film can't save it. It needs to consistently make money. So, if this is what it has to do to survive, I mean, whatever.
And speaking of $1 billion film, it seems like Lilo and Stitch about to fucking do it because Jesus Christ, that
Wow.
movie's making a lot of fucking money. It's already at like 700, 800 million already. So
Shout out
nice.
to him. Hey,
No, fuck them.
it's for the new kids. So shout out to y'all.
Fuck them. Last segment, guys, that we have today are the movie reviews and show reviews. Did you complete any shows, or would you keep looking at a ghost something like that in the corner?
Watching the NBA finals.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Duh.
Sorry. Okay, well, fuck the pod. Do you complete any shows or
Priorities?
movies?
I have 0 shows, but I have 3 films to discuss.
Oh, nice. What movies do you have?
God damn it, Monty. I have
Nigga, we don't do a fucking podcast. What the fuck?
Predator, Killer,
Okay.
Killer.
Of Killers.
Yes, thank you. I wrote the name down wrong. Sorry. Ballerina and Straugh.
Okay. So you did watch Straw. I watched 2 of those films, which is Predator and Ballerina, and I just watched How to Train Your Dragon. So we can interweave our reviews. Let's do Ballerina first. The spinoff of John Wick. Please give me your thoughts on this film.
Yeah. Man, this. So look, earlier I was talking about like you can kind of tell when people care about something, and to me that holds really true in this film. Typically, spinoff films don't get the kind of treatment that this film got, in my opinion, where you can tell that there's a budget behind it. You can tell that there are people that actually know the lore of the franchise, and you can tell there's people that actually give a fuck about the lore of the franchise. Because I thought that there were certain scenes in this film where I was just like, I was literally like, my jaw was dropping. I was like, I don't know how they're doing this. Like, like how are they practically doing this? Like, obviously there's tricks involved, there's CGI involved in spots, but there's 2 scenes I want to point out where like I was just like, whoa, like holy shit. One was the grenade scene where it's just like, this is incredible. This is incredible, like action, like oh my god. And then one is the flamethrower. Like, bro, I'm sorry, like I grew up on Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like I grew up on explosions and muscle bound men and just doing grenade launch. Like this, like this made me feel like a kid again. Like this was absolutely sensational, as Stephen A. Smith would say. Like I mean, the best part of the movie was stuff like that, and also obviously the Keanu Reeves John Wick stuff. It's interesting because typically when a quote unquote legacy character, or when there's a spinoff and they try to integrate what they're spinning off of into this, they tend to treat that with less respect, or they just they, or like it's just like a little, it's almost like an aside. Like it's like, okay, it doesn't really matter. Like he's here, wave to the audience and bye. John Wick has stuff to do in this movie, bitch, and and treating him with respect, they fucking did. And it's so funny because like it's something so simple of calling him the Baba Yaga, and people just being like, oh, like it's like seriously, like it's something so simple where it's like, you goddamn right, bitch, that's John Wick. Like show him some fucking respect. And there's a moment in the movie where I thought that they were going to do something crazy between Ana de Armas's character and John Wick's character, and when I saw what they actually did, like I wanted to stand up and applaud. I was like, thank you, like because like bro, like we live in a time when people are so scared to have an opinion, or so scared to do anything, so scared to make a woman look a certain. By the way, Ana de Armas is getting her ass beat in this movie, which I loved because it's realistic. Like, bro, like she's one person versus the world, and if John Wick can take a punch and John Wick can get thrown out a window, if John Wick can get shot, so can she. And I'm glad that this movie didn't pull any punches in that regard. I love this movie, bro. I gave it an A. I couldn't believe that they treated the movie with such respect. My only real complaint, which is why I didn't give it an A plus, A minus. My only real complaint with this movie is that I do feel like anytime Keanu Reeves was on the screen, he just stole the show for me, and I was kind of just like, I don't really care about Ana de Armas' character anymore.
It
Eve,
was that. It was the alley oop though. I feel like anytime he was on the screen, it was the alley oop to him. No.
uh, well, so what? My experience is, it was just like, I just want to see this guy more. Like instead of the alley oop, honestly, like that's how it felt for me personally.
Okay.
But it didn't take me out the movie. Like I said, like as soon as it was just her, she went back into it. I was like, bitch, we're in. Like, let's do it. Man, look, this franchise excels so much at just this nonstop action where, some movies have that lull, but this franchise exceeds at making the lulls matter, which is, it's basically just the lore. I love this, bro. I gave it an A. This was absolutely fantastic. I mean, I think this is probably better than the first John Wick, if I'm being for real. Like, I loved this movie.
Nice. So with you giving that an A, you said it's better than the first John Wick. Do you think it's better than 2, 3, or 4?
No, but I think it's better than the first one. And I say that because I rewatched the first one last night. And because for some, like, this movie made me want to rewatch the John Wick movies. Like, and like, so I rewatched the first one last night, and it was good. Like, it was still really good. It still holds up. But in terms of just like scope and what they're doing now, it just can't compete. But it's still really good.
Yeah, and to be fair, they had no idea that this was going to be a franchise when they did the first one. It was a small, little under budget movie.
Exactly.
But anyway, okay, cool.
We're about to win. Let's go. Sorry, buddy. Go ahead. Ballerina.
Light skins up. So I enjoyed the film as well. I will say not as much as you, but I enjoyed it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I know. But I just give me context, bitch. Yeah. It comes from the director of Underworld, actually, Len Wiseman. And I actually just rewatched Underworld last week, 2 weeks ago. I love that film. It still holds up.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
shout out to Kate Beckinsale. She's awesome in that fucking movie, bro.
Fucking awesome. I'm actually going to rewatch all the Underworlds now because I've only seen 4 and 5 once now because they were so bad. But now I want to kind of say.
You want to see fucking Super Saiyan Celine again?
Whatever. Anyway, back to this review.
Yeah.
So I love the world of John Wick so much, and I think this movie did a total great job of like nailing the aesthetic and nailing how it feels like we're actually in that world. However, it was, in my opinion, missing the Chad Stahelski touch. And like, even though it looked like the world of John Wick, it felt like it was somebody else playing in the sandbox of John Wick, if that makes any kind of sense.
Okay.
And that's not necessarily inherently a bad thing because it's not Chad Stahelski.
It's not.
But you can just tell he wasn't. His vision is so distinct, in my opinion. You can just tell, even though it might look like it wasn't his vision all the way. Now,
wasn't it supposed
in regard to the, it's not, but it's his world, though. In regards to the actual lead of the film, Ana de Armas, she's a very cute face to look at. But I actually had trouble buying the physicality aspect of it. Now you did mention that she gets beat up or whatever, sure. But I couldn't buy this 130-pound woman, if that, 120, 125, beating, like getting thrown around and getting punched by these men, getting back up and beating these grown men ass. Like, I know this is obviously a John Wick film. I'm supposed to suspend disbelief for obviously a portion of it. But at the same time, I'm like, I was having trouble with her nailing the physicality, and she just didn't have that kind of aura that Keanu Reeves' John Wick has.
I agree.
Even though I'd argue
that was my one, like I said, it was my one complaint in the movie. Sorry, go ahead. This is your review. Sorry.
No, please. Please interject. I don't care.
Go ahead.
But I do think she's a better actor than Keanu Reeves, like in a vacuum. Sure. But when it comes to aura for aura, bitch,
yeah,
it's not.
There's nobody like him, bro.
It's not. And so I have to blame the script for that because I know I've seen her be really, really great in other things that she's been in, like Knives Out or whatever. Seeing Lance Reddick again actually broke my heart. I forgot he was in this movie. I know he passed away. I was like, oh my god. I was like, what the fuck, man? Ian McShane's always really, really good as always.
Yep.
And of course, we know Keanu Reeves is in the film. John Wick is literally just aura farming this entire film.
I love it.
He's just aura farming. Like, all he's doing. He has nothing to do with aura farm.
Yep.
And also, the fact this movie takes place between John Wick 3 and 4 makes absolutely no sense. But I'll disregard. I'll disregard that. For those who don't remember, at the end of John Wick 3, this nigga basically fucking died, and he's in healing between 3 and 4. And I guess he had time to go on this fucking side mission and whatever, whatever. As you mentioned earlier, I am so glad this movie chose a side and it showed the gap in skill between him and Ana de Armas'. I forgot her name in the movie. What was it?
Eve.
Eve.
Macaro.
as you said, these modern movies, what they tend to do when they have two characters and introducing a new one, I was like, dude, do not have these two face off and it be some kind of even standoff. Like, that would be so disrespectful to the four John Wick films that we got, and him, establishing him as this Baba Yaga as a goat.
Yep.
And he was just playing with this bitch, like
He was.
bro, like
He was
he
like,
said,
stop, surrender.
he said, bitch.
I loved it, bro.
So,
I loved it. So well done.
That's also why I love Godzilla versus Kong, even though it's not the best movie. I respect they chose a side. As I was telling Julian before the movie came out,
Yeah.
I have an iconic rant on this pod, by the way. Godzilla.
What's Kong going to do against Godzilla?
Julian was so pro Kong before that movie came out. And he was heartbroken when he saw what happened to him.
I so was. I was like, God damn. What?
But I love when movies choose a side, you know, because that's life, you know? Anyway, back to the story. My biggest complaint with the film, even besides Ana de Armas or whatever, and first of all, Ana de Armas, I think she can do, I want to see her again. Like, I think she can have time to make this role her own and make it better. I saw potential for real growth there. But my biggest complaint was that the action is obviously fucking amazing. Obviously. As you mentioned, there were two scenes in particular for me that stood out. Number one, I mean, like you, was the grenade scene was iconic. And also there's a shot involving a car crash where there's a car crash that the car gets dragged off the screen and it gets pulled right back in. I was like, oh my God, like that's just filmmaking in my opinion. Anyway, the story is paper fucking thin, even for John Wick standards. Like John Wick is not known for having these, these complex stories, whatever. But there's still like stories you can get invested in. You can kind of understand what's going on. This story is paper fucking thin. But they're relying solely on the action to get you. And I'm just the kind of I'm the kind of moviegoer. I'm sorry, call me pretentious.
Yeah, you are pretentious.
I need something meatier to bite into.
I'm gonna go to a John Wick movie. I want to see the story. Fucking, oh my God. I actually hate you. Like you're crazy.
Listen, I understand the story isn't the main point, but give me something like it makes the action matter that much more when the story is satiable. But that's just my opinion. Oh my God. I gave the film a B-. I enjoyed it. The action was obviously fantastic. So not quite an A for me, but a B-. So a good film. But yeah. Okay. I don't think it's better than any of the John Wick films, Joe, for the record.
Okay.
Please give me your review of Straugh, the new Tyler Perry film. I actually really want to hear this.
Okay. So first of all, I'm actually kind of sad that you didn't see it because I feel like my review is unfortunately going to set your expectations, and I mean they can only be disappointed. So, but look, we have talked about on this podcast what Tyler Perry does for years. Like his thing now is making overly goofy, cartoony characters, like cartoony to the point where you can't do anything but laugh. In my opinion, like you've got the classic characters that are ready to call her a bitch for just no reason at all. You've got the classic character like a boss who's just overly mean, who
evil dark skin man.
Yeah. Like it's crazy. He's like overly mean. And then like you've got the classic like everything has to go wrong. So the first 20 to 30 minutes of this movie, I was enjoying it because I was laughing at it. Like this is just classic Tyler Perry. I was ready to completely write this off. But then the cast really shrinks when they get in the bank and it's just Taraji P. Henson. And that's when the movie really starts going. Like that's when there's like an actual tonal shift, in my opinion. Because you get to see Taraji P. Henson like she's so fucking good. Like she's amazing in this film, honestly. And it's funny because in the beginning, I found her cartoony as well because of all like everything that she was surrounded around. Like she had to like fit that mold. But yeah, man, I mean, I hate to say it, but Tyler Perry created something really fucking good here. This is a really good movie, a really good story. Taraji P. Henson, she nails it. She nails it. And there's two scenes in the movie that I would have loved to have discussed with you, but since you haven't seen it, obviously we can't. But there are really two good standout scenes in this film with Taraji P. Henson that just kind of blew me away. Like maybe emotional damn near. I'm just like, wow, like this is acting. This is acting. Now obviously the subject matter can be a little hard to watch for some, and I think that's some of the complaints that we've seen online of like, especially my own wife, she her and her mother went through their struggles when she was a little girl, so I can understand that point of view of like this is hurtful to me to like kind of relive this, but I encourage anybody that's feeling that way to actually watch the movie, like actually watch the movie, and just soak it in, like and just enjoy it. It's a I mean like I really do hate to give Tyler Perry credit. I really do, but because he's put out nothing but bullshit for like the past 10 plus years. But this is something that's actually worthy. It's actually really good. And like I said, Monty, like I feel bad because you haven't seen it, and now because I've told you it's good, it's not going to be good for you. So that sucks for you. But hopefully Deja and everybody else will enjoy it. But yeah, I mean, I gave this an A. I can't.
Julien,
Monty, look, I don't give out A's. I don't.
you gave out 2 today, bitch.
I gave out 3. We just haven't gotten there yet. But look, man.
Where's Julien? Hold on. Where's Julien? I know this is not Julien.
Hey, man, three bankers. Okay, this was a great movie. This is a great movie. But look, like I said, it really sucks for you because you're just not going to enjoy it now. Like you're not. But
and A is crazy.
I hope everybody else enjoys it out there. I hope you actually watch it. Straugh on Netflix. Maybe Netflix like actually has something to say in the writers' room, and it wasn't just Tyler Perry. I don't know, but
No.
yeah, they didn't. You're right, they absolutely did. But yeah, this was fantastic, man. This is fantastic.
So what compelled you to watch this one? Because like I know the last 4 movies you haven't watched, and I have watched them, and this is the one I haven't watched. But when made you watch this one?
Yeah, word of mouth from my family. My family made me watch it. They were telling me how good it was, and obviously they've said that about everything that he does. So I wasn't stressed to watch it, but I'll be wanting to see it too. And it's funny because we were watching it, and because I was laughing so much in the first 20, 30 minutes, she got mad and went to sleep. Because I guess she said it was triggering. I was just like, oh my gosh, like I'm sorry, but this is like cartoonishly terrible, like it is.
Yeah.
But like I said, just stick with it, and yeah.
So
whatever.
is it inspired by John Q, which is totally seem to be? You think?
I'm not going to answer that.
Okay.
I'm not going to answer that. I'm not going to answer that.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Watch the fucking movie. And I can't wait for your C.
Okay. So last question: is it better than Breaking with John Boyega?
Monty, I'm not going to answer that. Sorry.
That's a simple question, nigga. It's an opinion. That's not going to affect my fucking grade or anything like that.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Next review, guys.
It's not better than Breaking. Whatever.
I mean, I know it's not going to be. But anyway, next review is for Predator, Killer of Killers. This is the new animated Predator anthology film now streaming on Hulu from the same director of Prey, Dan Trachtenberg, who's directing the new upcoming Predator film, live action, Predator Badlands. Yeah, goddamn synopsis for your ass.
Those kids, y'all niggas say no, nigga.
What are your thoughts on the film?
I mean, what's the saying? Like, amazing. Give me 37 of them right now. It's interesting because I think you're the one that tagged me in this trailer. We when we did the pod, I hadn't seen it yet. You were like, no, you need to watch this trailer. And I was like, okay, let me go back and watch it. Watch the trailer. I was like, okay, this looks pretty damn good. It looks super interesting. For some reason, I thought it was an anthology series and not a movie, but I quickly realized what they were doing in terms of the 3 characters and the stories that they were trying to tell, how it was all going to come together. But that didn't take me out of it. Like I still really enjoyed it. I enjoyed each individual story. I thought it's so funny. Like this is another thing to me where it just feels like there was somebody that actually cared about these characters, that they cared about this story. You can kind of tell with the time that we spent with each character. Like typically, like 30 minutes is kind of a lot for like an individual character story to be told in an anthology. But I don't know. It blended together really well. The Predators in this movie are absolutely hilarious because in any aspect, they're so ready to rely on camouflage. Like that's like these niggas love camouflage, boy. But you know, it was interesting to see how our 3 characters got to where they got to, and you know, the journey that they were all on. And I think the best part about it was obviously the animation and the action, but yeah, narratively it just really worked for me. Like I really enjoyed this much more than I thought I would, honestly. I mean I figured it'd be good, but I didn't think that I would end up loving this too. Like I've seen it twice at this point, honestly. I give it an A. Give it an A.
You are just feeling, hey, you got some pussy last night or so. This nigga going crazy. Okay, here's my review of Predator, Killer of Killers. So I'm going to be very clear up front. once again, a movie that Julian enjoyed a lot more than me. I'm in the minority though, because the internet has been raving about this film. So guys, if you're on the fence about it, go ahead and watch it. People have literally been calling this film the best Predator film ever, even including Arnold Schwarzenegger. So I'm like,
okay, all right.
I'm like, can we? This is a day and age where everything's either the best thing you've ever seen or the worst. And I tend to live in reality. Sorry, I'm here about my fucking self. So this is an anthology. It follows the story of a Viking, a samurai, and a fighter pilot from the 1940s who defeats a predator somehow. But listen. To be honest, as somebody that's well versed in film, all these subgenres of film that they try to tackle, whether it be samurai, Viking, World War II pilot, if you've seen any of those kind of amount of stories, these are all like basically, in my opinion, very generic retellings of these kind of stories. Now, of course, what stands out is the predator aspect of it. We've never seen a fucking predator interact with a samurai or a predator interact with a Viking, so that makes it kind of cool, I guess. But the actual stories themselves are generic, in my opinion. And I'm a story guy, as I just said earlier. Sorry. Now, is there enjoyment here? Obviously, this is a lot of enjoyment here in certain parts. My personal ranking of the stories is the Viking story number 1, samurai, and then World War II. Wow. And at the end, yeah. What's yours? Just curious.
Samurai, Viking, World War II. I mean, the samurai story had barely any dialogue, and it was captivating from start to finish, in my opinion. But
yeah, I agree. I like the Viking shit better. Sorry. Yeah. Anyway, now
Monty's opinions are just terrible today.
Are they? Okay, whatever.
They are.
Now, I've always wanted a live action samurai predator movie.
Have you?
Kind of got it. There was kind of a tease at that with the 2010 film called Predator, starring Adrian Brody. You ever seen that?
No.
I think it's a super underrated Predator film. I like it more than the Arnold film. Oops. Tomatoes.
God.
Anyway, but so we got teasing it with that, and that's kind of also my biggest flaw. Is that even though I love animation as a medium, I would have loved to have seen these 3 stories played out in full totality, having their own live action films. I think would have been really, really cool. I think Predator works best in live action, even though I was able to appreciate this change of pace with the animation. I like the live action Predator better, in my opinion. Now, I think that this could be a really good gateway for younger audiences to get into Predator. Like, when I say younger, like, it's not for kids, it's fucking rated R, it's blood and shit, but like maybe like middle school age, high school age. I can see somebody like that watching this movie and be like, you know what? Okay, I'll watch the older films. I want to get into this franchise. I think it's a really good gateway for that. The film is not bad at all. I enjoyed it. I'm just not anointing it like how everybody else is, you know? Now, the last shot of the film did get me hype as somebody that enjoyed Prey. It kind of connects things, and that shot got me really, really hyped. I was like, okay, I wonder what they're going to do with that. I wonder if it'll play out in live action in the future, or maybe it'll play out back in animation. Whichever way, I'd be here for it, to be honest. I ended up giving the film a C+. Like I said, I wasn't blown away by it. I think the storytelling was generic, but just the Predator aspect of it all made it kind of cool. Last thing I want to say about fucking predators, I am starting to lose all my respect for these fucking creatures, okay? Because we've seen these niggas lose. They're supposed to be the top baddest niggas in the galaxy. And they just constantly lose to these regular humans all the fucking time. Whether they be our niggas in the military, teenage girls in the woods. I'm like, how are you guys the top predators in the universe if y'all can just lose to humans like that, you know? That's just me. I know for the story's sake the humans have to win. Do they, though? Maybe it'll change up in Predator Badlands. We'll see. But yeah, I'm losing respect for the Predator as an entity. But anyway, moving on to our next review. Final review is for the live action How to Train Your Dragon. Now, I consider the How to Train Your Dragon trilogy the most underrated animated trilogy of all time. I put it in the same conversations as Toy Story 1 through 3. And so with that being said, I was obviously very worried going into this new film because we're currently living in an age of like just soulless live action remakes, aka Lilo and Stitch, aka Snow White, you know. And so I remember watching this trailer during the Super Bowl this year, and I was like, oh my god, this is a shot for shot remake. None of the magic. Why do we keep doing this? I'm here to report, guys. Now I'm on a positive side of things. This is actually a really, really good film. I think for people who have seen the film and can compare it, or people like yourself who have not seen it at all, I think you will enjoy this movie. This is actually a really good film. And the key to why this movie is so good is this man named Dean DeBlois. Now, Dean DeBlois is the director of the first 3 animated films. And so I thought it was so cool that they brought that director and gave him a live action chance to tell his vision. And you can just see his intimate knowledge of the world, his intimate care of the world put on screen because it's his baby. And so I think he's also the director of the original Lilo and Stitch film. And this new film could have desperately used his touch because this guy knows what he's doing, obviously. And so, yeah, I was just like, wow, this is actually a very good live action adaptation of a film, which we just don't get these days. The cast here, we have a guy named Mason Thomas as the lead character, Hiccup. He looks just like Drake Bell from Drake and Josh. If you see the movie, I think you'll agree. We got Nico Parker, Tandy Newton's daughter, playing the character Astrid, who gives absolutely nothing in this film. She never does in any of her films, in my opinion. But she's serviceable, sure.
God damn.
And we have Gerard Butler, who I've never seen a case, correct me if I'm wrong, where an actor who voices a character in animation, which he voices Hiccup's dad in the animated films, comes and does the live action version of the same. I thought that was just so cool. I was like, wow, and he nails it because he knows that character in and out. Now
Viola Davis, Amanda Waller.
Damn, you're right. But she was live action first though. She was live action first. But still, anyway. Now they nailed the bond between Hiccup and Toothless, which is the dragon and the main character, and that's the heartbeat of the original film. And so they nailed that, and that's once you nail that, you have the movie. And speaking of Toothless, he looks absolutely perfect in this film. He looks so good on screen. The dragon, I'm talking about. And there's a sequence with Hiccup and Toothless flying through the air. And I felt like I was on like a roller coaster. Like I was like, I am so immersed in what's going on right now. This is such a great flying sequence. I'm like, this it feels cinematic, which is always a good feeling for me. I love scope and stuff like that. And I can't believe I'm saying this now, but after watching this movie, I went into this movie ready to hate it. Now I cannot wait to see the entire trilogy play out in live action, which I never thought I'd say. Assuming that Dean DeBlois is behind it, directing everything like that. So I give this film a B. I think it's a good film. I'm so excited for people to watch this and get their reviews on it. I think it's so special too because like kids can watch this and enjoy it as well as adults. People who have no context like yourself can watch it and enjoy it. People like myself who have all the context can watch it and enjoy it. It's one of the biggest surprises of the year for me. So if you're watching, I cannot wait for your review. But yeah,
I'm going Friday.
Nice. Where you going? Regardless, where you going? Because I just said that.
I booked my tickets last week, brother.
You're just a little mean, little nigga. All right, so guys, that wraps up today's news pod.
Make sure you like the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the Current Air Pod. And don't forget,
share if you're feeling frisky.
Thank you, Mondy. Are you okay, brother? You okay?
I think so.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.